my GMAT group. If you're not part of the group and you would like to be, please see the link below in the description. This is an official guide questions and we are going to apply maximizing and minimizing concept on it. We were given a list T which has 30 positive decimals and none of them are integers, and their sum is given to be S. We are also given an estimated sum of these 30 decimals, and the estimation has a very special rule. If the 10th digit is even, then the number is rounded up for the estimation, and if the 10th digit is odd, then the number is rounded down. What it boils down to is 2.9 is rounded down because the 10th digit is odd, and 2.89 is rounded up because the 10th digit is even. It's also given that there are 10 numbers that have even as the 10th digit, and there are 20 numbers which have odds as 10th digit. Let me start by calling all the numbers that have even in the 10th digit as V, and all the numbers that have odd in 10th digit as O. So we are given S, which is the sum of the 30 numbers, as all the numbers that have odd as the 10th digit plus all the numbers that have even in the 10th digit. We are also given that the estimate is equal to the estimation rule applied on all the numbers with odd 10th digit plus estimation applied to all the numbers with even 10th digit. We are asked to find E minus S. I can conclude E minus S would equal OE minus O. Now this is, if you recall, from the maximizing and minimizing strategy of the form Z equals X plus Y, and we know that if we have to maximize Z, we have to maximize X and maximize Y, and vice versa. So E minus X max would become OE minus O max plus VE minus V max, and similarly E minus S min would be OE minus O min plus VE minus V minimum. Now if we figure out the maximum and minimum values of E minus S, then we can check for these values and we can figure out which of these values are possible values for E minus S. So that's our strategy. Now the next step is to understand the pattern. So first thing is, what is the maximum possible OE minus O? Let's figure out this OE minus O max and VE minus V max. Let's look at OE minus O first. So O are the numbers with 10th digit as odd. So let's take a couple of numbers, 2.1, 2.9, and 2.1 drops to 2. So it has a drop of 0.1. Right, 2.9 also drops to 2, so it has a drop of minus 0.9. But let's not stop there. 2.999 drops to 2 also, and this has a drop of minus 0.999, which is equivalent to minus 1. Okay, so we can easily see that there is minus 0.1 as one extreme and minus 1 as the other extreme. Which one of it's the maximum? Minus 0.1, of course. So minus 0.1. So OE minus O max is minus 0.1 multiplied by 20, because there are 20 such numbers, and we get minus 2. And the minimum is minus 1 multiplied by 20, and that is minus 20. So OE minus O maximum is minus 2. And OE minus O minimum is minus 20. Now let's start considering the numbers which have even in the 10th digit. So let's take 2.2. This rounds up to 3. So we get a difference of 0.8. 2.01 rounds up to 3.2. This has a round up of plus 0.99, almost equal to 1. Right, and then we can have 2.8999, which is equivalent to 2.9 actually, which was also round up to 3, and the difference would be equivalent to 0.1. As you can easily see, the maximum difference is 1 and the minimum is 0.1. So we have two extremes identified. Since there are 10 such numbers, we will multiply this by 10 to get the maximum value as 10. Let's put that down here. And we will multiply this by 10 to get the minimum value 1. And let's put that down here. So this gives us E minus S max equal to minus 2 plus 10, that is 8. And E minus S minimum is equal to minus 20 plus 1, which means minus 19. This is the range. Now let's look at the answer choices, and you can see that only minus 16 and 6, which are already marked here, are the only answer choices that lie within this range. 10 is outside. Minus 23 would have been outside as well. Minus 20 would have been out of this range as well. And this is how you solve this question with using minimization and maximization techniques. I hope this was helpful. We'll come again with another practice.